Hey lovely peoples, welcome back to my channel Rooted in Royalty. It's your girl Diamond. I come on to share with you all today, hunties. I want to share with you all, I told you all that I will on another video. So I want to share with you all some of the things that I have heard about Mother Africa from other nations, mainly the Europeans, and I want to share with you all the things that I have heard. Anyway, so get ready, honey, and here it comes. All right, you all. So I am out here walking, doing my daily walk. Not every single day. It needs to be every single day, but however, and I wanted to tell you all about this story because I said that I will, and I needed a little company while I'm out here walking, which I'm almost done, but you all can just go along with me to keep me company. So anyway, you all, okay, so I have worked at Atlanta's airport in Atlanta, Georgia, in the old America for 4 years, right? So in those 4 years, I have had the opportunity to hear about the beautiful motherland. And one thing that is weird, it was all from the other nation of people, mainly Europeans, that shared with me about their experience in the motherland. Now, I think it's only one on the list that I will share with you all, that was from one of our sisters. She was a black sister, so-called black. I just can't get over that word, black. I'm trying to go with the flow since that's what we are called, but it's a little rough because that just sounds weird. Anyway, so yeah, so it was a black sister. She's one, but the most of the stories are from other nation. But anyway, you all, so here goes. It's getting a little dark out here, so I am going to get ready to round this thing on up and go on in the house. Anyway, you all, so the first story, and one thing about it, I used to talk with people and they just give me all the business, honey. I guess I used to have them feeling comfortable or whatever because I am like a very friendly person. So I just show everybody love. And then I was kind of, you know how sometimes you kind of read people, their spirits, or you can read their energy, and you kind of know, feel them out and feel them and know what they're thinking or feeling. So when I talk with people and we carry on in conversation and they see that I am a driven, very nice black woman, you could tell they be like amazed and surprised. Because one thing about it, Atlanta's airport is the largest in the world, and it's like it was always the middleman for people travels. Like everybody always had to come through Atlanta to get to their destination. So we ran across all kind of people, honey, walks of life, and many of them was like rich people. But and I'm sure some of them probably did not have encounters on a daily basis with black people. So they was like amazed. I could kind of feel them out. And some of them will give compliments after and thank me for being so nice. And honey, I used to get some crazy tips. They used to tip. I used to get like, I would do just a manicure, and I used to get like $100 tip. So I used to get major tips. But anyway, so I wanted to let you all know that, so you all can know that these people that I talked to, they really felt comfortable and they gave exactly how they felt. Some of them was not trying to hold nothing back. So anyway, so here goes. Okay, so one older lady, she was on a mission trip. Well, more than one mission trip. She said that she used to travel to Africa a lot. And I believe it was Kenya, if I'm not mistaken. And their mission was, and she was the head of the organization or whatever, and their mission was to build houses for, I think she said, single women, widows, somewhere in that line. So they was really building houses for families. I was like, oh my God, that is so beautiful. I was so happy. And she was just talking to me about it, going on and on. And so, honey, after I may talk to these people a minute and make them feel comfortable, I can't get a word in. They take the flow. And so she was telling me about the mission, and I was so excited for her. But now, at that time, I wasn't really conscious or awakened to who I am and my roots and everything. So I was still in that mode of being scared of Africa. And so I was like always excited to hear about their Africa trips, because I knew I wasn't going. So I'm like, I have to hear it from somebody, because you won't catch me in Africa. That what I used to say. But anyway, so she was telling me all about the mission, honey, and I was smiling and excited for it. I was amazed at the same time, because in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like, oh, the other nation, hello people. I'm like, oh, other nation of people, they care about us like that. So I'm like, well, okay. So it's some lovely people all over the world, people. So anyway, you all, so when she got finished sharing with me about the mission, because she was telling me a lot of people, and it was Kenya, as I think about it now, because she said that a lot of the women in Kenya, I guess certain parts of Kenya, did not have ways to make funds. So a lot of them used to have to make funds in other ways. But she was so kind, she decided to open up a cosmetology school. And I was like, okay. It was something like a cosmetology school. I don't think it was like the full cosmetology school like we have over here, because I think they only was limited to what they was able to teach. So I was like, okay. And she said, yeah, we do this, we do that in this school. And so when she said that, I shared with her that I was a cosmetologist, and I was a cosmetology instructor. And she was like, oh, okay. She was so excited, you all. And she was like, would you like to go to Africa? And she hadn't got loud and everything, and everybody in the spot was like, what's she over there saying to her? Got that lady getting loud like that. She's like, will you like to go to Africa? And I was like, mm-mm. I was like, no ma'am, no ma'am. She just laughed because of my facial expression. I was like, mm-mm. And she was like, oh, okay. She was like, 'cause honey, I was gonna get you to Africa. I was like, no, not right now, maybe later in life. But I said, this ain't it. Anyway, so as the years went on, I say about over a year after that, maybe 2 years after that, honey, I was dreading that I did not get the lady number, because it's like I started waking up to who I am, my identity and my roots or whatever. And of course, it always lead back to Africa. So I'm like, man, and I'm started brainstorming like, man, did she tell me what she exactly? Do I remember the organization that she owned or? And I could not remember the lady name, honey. But I was so mad because I'm like, dog, I should have at least got her information. But at that point in time, honey, I was serious about Africa was not it. Because if I would have kept her information, I would have made it to Africa before now. And so, but that was it, you all. She was gone. So that was it. But I was so happy. That story stuck with me because I was so happy and I was proud of her and her organization for what they was doing in the motherland. I'm like, that is beautiful, honey. That is beautiful. I was so happy. But anyway, so y'all, that's it. Yeah, so that was one of the stories that just stuck with me because it was so touching. Okay, you all. So, and this lady visit. This lady and her husband visit someone in Africa. I believe she said Ghana. And she said that the family that they visit in Africa was black people, was well off, had a beautiful, beautiful home, and they just had it going on. So the family invited this European family to their home. So the lady said, "Yes, we win, honey. I was so happy." And now, mind you all, I don't know how we get on the subject about Africa. When I was there working in the airport, I'm like, how did Africa always come up? I don't know if I was the one bringing it up or what, but Africa always come up. But anyway, so this lady went and visit her friends, and she said they was hanging out at the house, and they was in the backyard. She said, oh my God, the backyard was huge. It was beautiful, beautiful weather, and we just all sitting out, we hanging out, we having fun, honey, we sipping and we drinking, and it was just nice. She talked about how nice the African people were and this and that, and her family were. She said, and I'm just sitting there. She said, then next thing you know, here come all the chickens running across the yard. And she said the chickens coming over there toward me. And she said, and I started leaning over just talking to the chickens. And she said, and so I was so happy and this and that. And I'm like, chickens? Chickens in the backyard? But I was like, oh, no. Hell to the no. But anyway, y'all, so in my research, I see that, honey, the chickens and the cows and the goats or the other animals, everybody just hanging out and walking like they're part of the neighborhood. So chickens, that's just hanging out or whatever. They're just a norm. So I can see that now. But when she was telling me, I was like, chickens in the yard near you? So anyway, so she was like, yes, and the chicken. She said, I'm speaking to the chicken. She said, and then next thing you know, she said, oh my God, I turned around. She said, I turned my head looking one way. She said, then I turned back around to look at the some of the chickens again. And honey, she said somebody came and grabbed one. Okay, you all, so I'm not here running from the cute dog. But anyway, so one lady said that her mother moved to Africa, the European lady. And when she said her mother moved to Africa, I was like, huh? Because, honey, I just did not know that other nation of people lived in Africa. And a lot of our other sisters and brothers in different parts of the world don't know that neither, honey. When you think about Africa, you just think about our people. Anyway, so she said her mother moved to Africa. She was like, yes, honey, mother moved to Africa. I just went on and just let her go because she was serious about moving to Africa. So we just gave her what she needed and she moved. So she moved to Africa, and she said her mother loved it. She said, honey, her mother loved Africa. So anyway, so the mother experienced a little break-in at her house, and a lot of people in the neighborhood, she said, that the mother lived in loved the mother. So she said the mother experienced a break-in, and she said, so the mother, she said she wasn't, afraid. She wasn't too mad. She was just like, oh well. And she said the mother ended up telling some of the people in the neighborhood what happened, and the people went and got the lady's stuff back from whoever broke in her house and stole it. I was like, okay. I was like, that's nice. I said, that tells a lot about your mother. They must really like your mother. She said, yep. She said they went and got everything that the people stole in the lady house. So anyway, so that lady having a nice time in Africa, honey, then made her a family, you know. So that's good to know that Africa um, do have kind people, you know. So that was nice of them. So I met a sister that lives in Nigeria, and she moved to Nigeria about 8 or 9 years ago. She ended up marrying, and she lived here in the States. I forgot what part of the state, but she moved to Nigeria, and she said she absolutely loved Nigeria. I was like, what? You love Nigeria? So this goes to show you all. Sometimes we be over here or in other places of the world, and we just like blind to the motherland. We don't know what's going on in the motherland. Cause this lady said she loved Nigeria, and all I heard was bad things about Nigeria at that time. Of course, cause I heard bad things about Africa, but bad things about Nigeria, and she said she was telling me about some things about Nigeria, and one thing that she said to me that caught my attention, and I was like, head to the yeah, honey. Oh yes, honey, I might be moving to Nigeria. She told me about her bills, and she said her bills was like, I think she said $1,200 a year. And I was like, ma'am, wait a minute, hold up. I think I was doing her leg and foot massage or something. So when I'm doing services like that, we just talk the whole time. I said, hold up. You mean to tell me not $1,200 a month? Because, honey, over here, honey, we pay more than $1,200 a month. I said, not $1,200 a month. You said a year? Child, y'all, I was ready. And this was about a year ago. This wasn't like too long. And I think when I met her, I was already having thoughts about moving to Ghana. And she said yes. She said $1,200 a month. I had to sit down and just really think about that thing. I was like, can I get your contact information? I was thinking about moving for real, you all. When she told me $1,200 a month, child, you don't have to say nothing else. We about to make this thing work, honey. We about to do this. $1,200. I was so excited about that $1,200. And she even broke down what she paid what for. And she did tell me, she said, if you have any kind of income, monthly income coming in from the States, for as Social Security, you retire, you get this, that, whatever. She said, if you have any kind of income coming in a month, she said, she said, oh honey, you said in Africa. I was like, what? And now this was like before I started to research. My research really started like 6 months ago. But honey, I've been going hard since. I've been researching hard for 6 months straight. So therefore, I have collected plenty information. But yeah, so this was before my research. But honey, when she told me about that $1,200 a month, I was ready. I said, hell yeah, let's do this. But anyway, okay, you all. So this lady, European lady, told me about. She her and her family visit the safari, and they stayed out there, I think a couple of weeks or whatever. And I was like, okay. And she was telling me all about it, some of the things they did, and the beautiful animals, and this and that. And honey, she told me that they lived in tents, and in the tents, there was animals outside of the tents while they was in the tent sleep. I said, huh? Run that across me again. So you all, so when these people talking to me about stories in Africa, they was like laughing. They was like so amazed. They were so amazed at how my reaction and then my facial, honey, as you all can see, my facial expressions is a mess. So I was like, "What? You say animals was outside the tent?" Yeah, and I'm kind of looking at her like, "You all, you okay in the head?" So, and now I understand that people really do that. They have those type of businesses in Africa, and people actually go to the safari. I even saw videos where people, they own trucks or whatever, and they riding, and the animals out here. Mm. I'm sorry, you all. When I go get to the motherland, now I will visit many places in the motherland, and I am excited about all the beauty that the motherland holds. But you would not catch me riding on a jeep, a truck, or nowhere, car, nowhere in the same distance, walking distance as animals. Mm-mm. Nah, nah, nah. Lions and giraffe. No, 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 no. Nah. Now, if I was actually born in Africa, now my ancestors had the privilege to, and some of you all, my sisters and brothers. But if I was born in Africa, it may be different. But considering I wasn't, I can't promise you that I am going to the safari. Mm-mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Anyway, so honey, by the time I finished looking at that lady like she hadn't lost her mind, she was laughing. She was so tickled. So they be walking out still laughing at me. So this yeah. I don't know if I finished the story, you all, cause honey, the dog was coming and I didn't got the acting a fool out here. But about the lady, she said about the chicken out running in the yard. Honey, the lady said she was out hanging in these people's yard and they was all hanging out and everything, having a nice time. And she spoke out on honey so highly. She talked about how beautiful the family house were and how nice the people were. And she said they had a wonderful time. Honey, she said she's sitting there talking to the chickens. Next thing you know, she turns around to say something to somebody, and then she turns back around to look at the chicken. She said somebody that came and grabbed the chicken up by the neck and then slice the chicken neck right there, or crack the chicken neck right there in front of her. Slaughtered the chicken. Do you all hear me? I said, what? My facial expression went crazy again. I said, wait a minute. They always had to repeat themselves. I said, now say that again. And so it's like they got a kick out of my reaction because my reactions were very dramatic because I just couldn't believe it. So they always got a kick out of my reaction. So they be so tickled and weak and this and that, and we always have people looking over at us like, what is going on in this corner? So my reactions just tickled them to death, especially for me to be a black person and carry on about a black country, like this. They were so tickled. I said, "What? Wait a minute, what? What? Ma'am, please don't tell me that. Please, ma'am, don't tell me." She said, "Mm-hmm." I was like, "Mm-mm." I see. That's why I can't be dealing with it. She said just killed the chicken in front. She said and they just went. She said because they love everything fresh. She said they like their food fresh. She said in all of their meat they kill it on the spot. She said even they fish. She said they will go get the fish out of the lake or wherever they get the fish. Oh, they go the dog again. Yeah, they go the dog again. She said wherever they get the fish from. She said they get it right before they cook it. I said, what? And she said, yeah, I can believe it. So, sit. Yeah. So I was like, and you all, this lady was laughing so at my facial expression. But anyway, yeah. So I heard about that too, which was weird to me at first, but now it's not, you know. I don't know if I can still make myself see the chickens get killed, but just the thought of it don't just freak me out. So yeah. Okay, family, I am really trying to get these stories out so I can conclude this here video. But these folks won't come and get their damn dog. If they don't come and get this damn dog, I know something. I'm about to kick them in the. I'm just playing. No, y'all, I won't do the dog like that. But anyway, the dog is gone. Let me go this way. Anyway, you all. So the lady was worshiping. The lady that one of the ladies that they visit wanted the ladies to worship with them. I guess they was a Christian or whatever, and they had the little. She said they had the little church in the kind of like in the backyard or something. So she said they went and worshiped with the ladies. She said they had a nice little time, and then she said, then here come the grandmother. She said the grandmother said, now if you going to worship with us since you already worship with them, it's our turn. And so the lady was like, okay, sure, we will. So, you know, the ladies, and these five ladies, all it was the other nation. And so, honey, these ladies was excited about the worshiping. And so, so she said, so they went and got ready to worship with the grandmother. She said, so they went to this barn or whatever. And she said, as they was walking to the barn, they was like, okay, this is a little different, but you know, we want to worship. Honey, she said, so all the other family ended up coming, and some of the neighbors and everybody in the barn. She said, so they all standing around in a circle. And then she said they was like, they started doing their, I guess, singing or whatever. And she said they all just standing around. And then everybody formed in a circle. They got in a circle. Then they started to hold hands. And she said they standing there holding hands and they just shaking their head agreeing. And then she said they started talking in their language or whatever. And then she said, next thing you know, here come a chicken come from the ceiling. She said they got a chicken hanging from the ceiling, or something that's hanging from the ceiling, but the chicken hanging by a rope in the middle of the circle. She said they was like, but she said they tried to keep themselves together so they wouldn't get too, so they won't seem too fearful. So she said they were just, still standing there. And then she said by this time they was all holding hands. And she said her and her friends, two friends was on each side of her. She said they squeezing each other hand like, and she said, then next thing you know, they sliced the chicken. Somebody standing in the center of the circle, right beneath the chicken, and they sliced the chicken and blood running down on the person, and the person head was tipped back, and then the eyes at first the eyes was closed and the eyes open, and then the eyes looked like they started going to the back of the head, and then all you saw was white, and then they was kind of shaking, and while everybody else making a certain noise, and this and that, and then she said, and then at this point, somebody stepped out while the lady in the middle was still doing that, and then somebody stepped out and they started asking everybody in the circle one by one, what do you want such and such to bless you with? What do you want in life or something? And so everybody was saying what they wanted in life or whatever. I guess what they wanted, whatever God or whatever to bless them with. And then she said, then they say, she said when they got to her and her friend, she said the first friend hollered out, long life, long life, long life. And then she said when they got to each friend, all the friends said long life, long life. I was like, I was out there. Do you all hear me? It was funny, but then it was shocking at the same time. Now, I don't know what that was, honey. So, we do things a little different, over here, or even, in Certain parts of Africa, everybody does differently. So if somebody can comment to tell me exactly what that word was or whatever, I will definitely appreciate it. But anyway, she said they said long life, long life, long life, but that was so funny. She said, honey, we were so scared and terrified. She said we prayed and was just pleading to the Lord in our mind that we end up being okay. She said because that freaked them out, and I was like, whoa, wow. That was just like amazing because I never heard of anything like that. And of course, people that not used to things in that nature will be freaked out. But if that is something that you was raised around and you came up around, then you won't be all that freaked out because it's something that you used to. But when you're not used to stuff like that, you would feel like you in a horror movie and you're about to die, you know. So they was like really freaked out. She was like, "Oh my god, oh my god," and then this lady, particular lady, ended up telling me about their whole trip. So she had a lot to tell me, honey. I think they ended up staying there a month. She said their skin was so dark and they was like, she said they ended up getting scabs and every sores on their skin from the heat and everything. And it was a lot going on with their skin, I remember her saying. But and she told me about that's how I first heard about the house guards. Like when you building a house or whatever, they have them house guards to come out and hang out at your house and this and that. She told me about that. I was like, what? House guards? And then when I started to research, that's when I realized, oh, okay, now I see what that lady was talking about. Anyway, and then even in my research, I saw some people doing certain things with chickens. So I said, oh, that's how they do it. Some people do it. So anyway, it was just all weird, you all, and funny at the same time because my facial expression had them people dying laughing. But that lady said she would never. She said it terrified her to death. And I think it was like 3 years prior to that time when we talked, and she said she never forgot that. She said it took her a minute to get over it. She was having nightmares and everything. She couldn't get over that or whatever. And so so that was weird. So it was like some weird stories that I have heard, but now it's like I understand or whatever, and I'm not scared and fearful and just freaked out by different activities that goes on the motherland. Because at the end of the day, the motherland is our spiritual home, and what we need is on the motherland. So, yeah, you all. So that's it. I will rant all day about these African stories, but I'm going to have to let you all go. And the dog then took half of my time up. So I'm gonna have to let you all go, and I will see you all on the next go round. Peace and blessings to all. Oh yeah, I hope you all are available for my very first live that will be taking place on this coming Sunday. Over here in the States, it's going to be at 12 noon. In some parts of Africa, it will be 4 p.m. on Sunday. So I hope you all be available. Mark your calendars. It's going to be wonderful. And we have some African sisters and brothers that would join us. And so this idea was one of my brothers, African brothers' ideas. And I was with it and ready for it because we definitely need this. So we will do this thing. So you all please try to be available so you all can be a part of my very first live stream. Peace and blessings, family.